everybody, welcome to Come on My Couch. I'm your host, Jackie Brown, and I'm so glad to have you here again this week. We're going to have some juicy, spicy details coming up in regards to a lovely show that just came out last night, and now I have something to dedicate my Sundays to. I am ecstatic. If you know what I'm talking about, you can say it with me. The Ones Who Live. The Ones Who Live. And obviously in the first 5 minutes of the show, I was screaming at the TV, just sitting there yelling at it like, no, don't do that. If you have not watched the show yet, there's going to be some spoilers, so I'm going to talk about it because I cannot keep my mouth closed. I've been waiting for this for years, okay? I have been waiting for this show for years because I like to look at Andrew Lincoln. I like looking at him. He's nice eye candy. But yeah, I'm so happy that they found each other. But in the first 5 minutes of the show, just about, I think it was like 5 minutes, Rick cuts his hand off. Yeah. So now he's walking around looking for the love of his life without a hand. It's not his good hand, so that's a good thing. But I was like, this motherfucker done cut his hand off the first 5 minutes of the show. I was like, you don't have to do that. So yeah, it was a lot to endure. You know, I want you to have all of your appendages. You know what I'm saying? I want you to have them all. But I was wondering, when it comes to zombies and things of that nature, do you think that we're closer to that than actual utopian society? I do. I think we are in a zombie apocalypse now when it comes to people using their phones and social media, because they walk around like zombies. They never lift their head up to see what's actually going on. You can bump into someone and they never say, excuse me, what's wrong with you? But for real, besides people being like addicted to their technology and zombies to the TV screen or their phone screen, I really feel like something like this is going to occur because they've been making movies like this and TV shows like this for a very long time. Don't you think this is like a blueprint for events to come? Like, think about it. They got all these action movies, all of these disaster movies, all of these zombie movies. If you tie them all together, if you tie all those movies together, it's basically like a summary or a blueprint of events to come. I mean, you can practice, you can do your research, you can watch all of these films and be like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I don't know. I told somebody, I'm like, look, I'm ready for the end of the world. I might not have any weapons or any guns or anything like that, but I'm a thief. I can steal stuff pretty good. Oh, and like not from person, like I don't know why I said that. But yeah, I think I'd be ready for the end of the world because I'm a little sneaky and I'm a little bit of a klepto. So even if I don't have it now, I'll have it eventually. Yes, I would. But no, even then when it comes to zombies and people roaming around the streets and the end of the world and dystopia and stuff like that, let me ask you this. When it comes to your current relationship, do you think that you all would make it? I'm not saying to the end of the world. I mean just your relationship in general. Is the way that your significant other acting, would you save them from the zombies or would you let them be eaten? I know you may say, oh my God, what kind of question is that? But think about it. If you don't have your peoples together now, if you don't have a tribe, or the people that you're with now, those are your people. Would they save you? Would they be worth saving? Do they have any skills, like real life skills? Like, can they hunt? Can they shoot a gun? Can they stab a zombie in the head? Can they do any of those things? Can they actually protect you? Or would they just freak out screaming? Would they run towards their fears? Or would they run away and get eaten by their fears? Either or, it is something that I think about heavily. And I always wonder, would I survive a zombie apocalypse? Would my boyfriend survive the apocalypse? Will we still be together if there is a zombie apocalypse? Who knows? I don't. But in my mind, I have a plan. And my plan is that if the end of the world comes, we will go to Costco. Costco has everything you need. And it's a big place. And I don't think zombies can climb anything. You can climb up in those little rafter things and sleep up there. I've thought about this. I thought about this for quite some time. But no. But seriously, it's really funny because you remember that movie The Purge, and I think it was like The Purge USA or Anarchy. I forget which one, but it was basically the one where these people, they were in the apartment and they were having like some family issues, and then the purge happened, and boom, pop, pop, pop. They think they in a safe spot, but there's like a personal vendetta against each other, and it still wasn't safe. So, you know, those were their people in that kind of time. I don't want to be in any kind of situation like that. I want to make sure that the people that I'm surrounded by are full of love and concern and consideration and would have my back, and we could all team up together and get our resources and do stuff. But it's just me watching too much TV in my mind, thinking that these things are actually going to happen. For me, I do my best to take care of myself, to take care of my body, because I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. You never know. Like you can think that, oh, he's gonna take care of me, but what if he dies? Who's gonna take care of you now? And now the zombies are coming. That's all I'm saying. You have to be properly planned for many events that you're not sure that's gonna occur. Like I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared for the zombies to eat me. But yeah, I've been binge watching The Walking Dead in tangent with watching The Ones Who Live. So even though when that show goes off, I turn on The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead. I love how it takes the core of human nature and throws it out there, because that's what people would do. People would be like this. People be crazy. It's unruly. There are no laws. That's why laws are in place, to keep the people in check. And if there's no laws, then no one's being put in check. And they're being eaten. So, you got that too. I don't know if anybody likes The Walking Dead as much as I do, or thinking about the apocalypse or doom and destruction as much as I do. It's heavily on my mind all the time. But think about it though. If you're in a turbulent relationship and that man is acting a fool, and then what's your motivation to save him? What's his motivation to save you if you're getting on his nerves? You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to act accordingly. Do what you say you're going to do. If you say you're going to call me and you don't call me, and the next thing you know, the zombie apocalypse is happening, how am I supposed to get in communication with you if you're not answering the phone? Answer the phone. Maybe his phone is acting crazy. Maybe he's acting crazy. But I don't know. I just know that if the zombies were to attack, I'd be worried about him. But then he wouldn't pick up the phone, so I wouldn't know what's wrong with him. Yeah, people are weird. Don't you remember when you were little and you would see people on the corners of the streets or even in movies and stuff holding up those signs saying, the end is near. The end is coming. Oh no. All kinds of stuff. And it's like, how do you know? But maybe it's a feeling, because I've been feeling like something's going to end too. Like the world itself, maybe capitalism. I don't know. I just feel that there's so many people, a collective community of people that are just tired of the way things are and how things have been running and how it's not for anybody's benefit, Even though zombies seems like a very far reach of something that could occur, I mean, we're not that far from it. People, there's an emptiness inside of people. There's an emptiness inside of children as well. One thing that I've noticed, I work in education, and one thing that I've noticed, like, repetitively, is the nature of boys. Nothing really changes much, in my opinion. This is an opinion, but nothing really changes much when it comes to their behavior. It's just like they just get taller. Like, have you ever asked them a question? You ever ask a little boy a question, and this is what they do. They'll say, my stomach hurt. And you'll say, well, what does it feel like? What's wrong? That's what they do. They just stare blankly at you. When I ask a question, I'm going to need you to speak some words out of your mouth so you can say it. But even then, that young boy grows up to be a man, and he does the exact same thing. You may ask the man, hey, why didn't you call me yesterday? And they'll be like, what is that? What is that? I know I am not the only one who goes through this. I see it repetitively, and I just want to know, did y'all eat paint chips as children? You know, why is it so hard to answer a question? Y'all would be terrible in an interrogation room. Just terrible. To me, I just think it's crazy to ask somebody a question and they don't answer you. They just look at you like you're insane. That drives me crazy. Maybe, just maybe the boys are the zombies. Maybe the boys are the zombies. Maybe it happens in their brain or something. Maybe, and they end up biting the women and the women turn into zombies. I see that as more feasible than anything else. Yeah, because it's annoying. It's very, very annoying. I'm trying to teach the little boys in class. I was like, look, your wife gonna divorce you and take everything in half if you don't answer the damn question. She gonna ask you a question, and you sit there and you gonna look at her like she's stupid. That's it. That's the end of your relationship. That's the end of the marriage. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. I just think it's crazy that we're living in the times where people aren't striving for the best. People don't care. I feel like ever since the pandemic, nobody has the capacity to care. Caring is exhausting. Caring takes a lot of energy. And I feel like if people aren't getting what they desire in life, or if they're lacking in some form of fashion, then they become very selfish and just do things for themselves. So if the end of the world happens, then that's the nature of human beings. Human beings are selfish. They're not really going to look out for one another. They're not going to have that much concern and consideration, especially if you're a stranger and they don't know you, and if the whole family is dead. Are they going to care for you? Are you going to be part of the tribe? Are you going to be one of those people? You never know. That's why I just think it's just right, and not even just right, just being considerate to care for the people who are around you now. Okay. If you don't want somebody in your life, if you don't want them eating your time, let them the fuck know, okay? Because the zombie apocalypse is going to happen. And you'll be thinking that they're going to save you, and you're waiting for somebody to come. They not coming. They not coming, baby. You're going to have to save yourself. In most cases, that's what's going to happen anyway. So, yeah, that's why I say trim and slim and fit, because I have no idea what's going to happen to me in the future. I tell people how old I am. Nobody believes me, and that's fine. I defy the laws of physics when it comes to aging. I really, really do. I do. And I feel that is my blessing. That's my blessing. I feel like the world is coming to an end in some form of fashion, just because of people's lack of connection. Well, like once the humans stop being human, what's left? What are people going to look forward to? How are people going to connect? I feel like we're losing that, and I don't want to. I want us to come back together and have the collective consciousness and being concerned for each other. I don't think there's too much capacity to care. I can't care for everybody. That's hard. But I will say that you have to care for the people in your life. If you chose them to be in your life, then what was the point? Why did you choose them? It has to be a reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too deep about these shows, because Rick and Michonne have been separated for years, and they have so much love for each other that their love is getting them through all of these challenges, through the end of the world. And I just think that that's so beautiful. But it's also fascinating how they come up with these storylines and how people's love can save them and find them. And they go through all of this, and a man can't even send you a text message back. So it's like, really? Would they do that for me? Would our love survive the zombie apocalypse? Would you come find me? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna tell your mother. I'm telling your mom. I'm telling your mom what you did. So she's probably gonna watch this episode too, and she'll find out. And I'll tell her. I'll save your mom during the zombie apocalypse, because she cooks really, really good, and I like her food. But yeah, I'm gonna tell her what you did. So That's just me though. That's just me. That I'ma tell. I'ma tell. Now I will say this though. One of the main things that I do like about the new show is the opening theme. It's not like the original Walking Dead theme song, but it still gets stuck in your head. The imagery is great as well because it's plenty of footage of Rick and Michonne and them as a silhouette, and then you can see their faces against each other. I am so ready for this love story to unfold. I really wish that the love that they show on TV and the movies was the love that we got to experience in real life. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but I'm just saying that it doesn't happen like that. That's all. I love love. Even if the world is coming to an end, I would hope that love is the thing that gets us through. Because what else is there? What else is there? So yeah. So if you're in a relationship and the zombie apocalypse occurs, are you going to make it to the end? Not just the end of the world, but is your relationship going to make it? And that's something to think about. Think about that. Hey y'all, I'm so sad. I forgot to let y'all know about the word of the day. But since we're here and we're talking about the end of the world, it's dystopia. Yes, dystopia. An imagined world or society in which people lead wretched, dehumanized, and fearful lives. I think we're there now.
If you want a vision of the future, Winston, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever.
From what I can gather, the future is now.
We got to reach the consumer where they are. So we're advertising about cereal for dinner if you think about the cost.
Is life imitating art or is art imitating life? I never thought that the books that I read in school would actually come into fruition in my adulthood. It's kind of crazy to see things play out, given with critical race theory and people burning books and folks trying to erase history and people just trying to be happy all the time and being consumed with toxic positivity.
If you're not happy, you're nothing at all.
Do you ever feel like you've been gaslit your entire existence? People saying that, telling the truth. You should always tell the truth. But then you have people trying to erase the truth. And if you erase the truth and if you erase history, you're only bound to repeat it. And if that's going to happen, as human beings, I think we're pretty much doomed.
The human race was nearly destroyed by the weapons they built to protect themselves.
You see what I mean? Those raggedy ass humans. Damn. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching Come on My Couch. It has been lovely having you all here again. And just think about what I've said, would your relationship withstand the test of time when it comes to something so dire and strange and scary? Just something to think about. Until next time, I'll see you again.
Take your body, taking hits, baby. Taking hits.